It's the 10 Cut Commandments. What?
What's up, world? It's your boy, Zoe Mega Millions. This is Barber World TV, the podcast, episode number 3. I'm sitting with a good friend of mine and colleague, Terah the Barber. What up, Terah?
What's good, my man? Pleasure.
Terah, now I've known you for many years, I think since 2010.
Okay.
You know, I watch you on the scene, I watch your growth. Tell the people out there in Barber World TV how you got started in the game.
Started in the game, I always had that little niche for cutting hair. From what I found out later on in life that my uncle, he went to school for barbering, master barber. My pops always was zeking us back in the day. So I had that little niche, but I never knew that barbering was gonna be something for me. Probably like when I was in my early teen years, I had that niche to buy me a pair of trimmers to do my own lineup.
What trimmers did you buy?
First pair of trimmers I had was the Andes T Outliner 2s. Had those. I only had one pair, so those was getting hot real quick. But I was using those, then I got me a pair of Conair clippers. But I never would cut my hair down, I just had them, you know what I'm saying? So with the trimmers, I would just practice. First started my mustache, mess it up, had no mustache going to school. Then I started doing my own lineup. Then I started doing my friends' lineups. But the thing that really got me into thinking that I could do it at the age of like 16 was when my homeboy grandmom was like, I want you to trim me down because I was doing her grandson beard. And I was like, all I got is the trimmer and a comb. Right. I wasn't using the clipper. I didn't know the difference between the guards. So once I gave a little fro with the trimmer, I said, maybe I could do that. So I was chilling around the barbershops more and more, just watching everybody. And that was it.
When you were young, which barbershop did you get your hair cut in, and where were you watching the cuts at?
The first barbershop, the youngest I can remember was my mom's boyfriend was cutting in a shop. And he used to do mad designs and all that. I don't even know the name of it, but it's in Brownsville, because that's where I grew up mostly.
Okay, you grew up in Brownsville.
Brownsville, yeah.
Brownsville, BK, New York.
Yeah, I mean, I was born and raised in Queens. But
Okay.
then I moved to Brooklyn, where they taught me how to fight, taught me how to run from gunshots, all that stuff like that. But I'm a Queens dude, you know what I'm saying? Hard, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So how'd you make the transition from cutting a little bit, cutting your friends, to where did you go from there? Did you get into a barbershop? Did you get a mentor? How did you make that transition from cutting in the house and learning to getting in a barbershop or building your clientele and really learning the trade?
Okay, so starting off would have to be me just chilling in a shop. First barber that I really paid attention to was a dude by the name of Lyrics. He was always precise with his line. Plus he always looked at fly, so I'm like, he getting money some way. You know what I'm saying? From Lyrics was from him, I would focus more on the way he cut, the way he presented himself. Then he was teaching me. So he would tell me, come after school, watch, sweep up, he gonna teach me. Then he said, now I gotta bring somebody because I just can't start cutting.
Right.
So I went out, bought me some real clippers, bought me a second trimmer. Then from there, I started practicing more on watching YouTube videos.
Wow, you know what? That's the first time I heard somebody that I've interviewed say they learned watching YouTube videos, because I'm so accustomed of coming from an era where there was no YouTube that you literally had to go and get a master barber to apprentice you or go to school. I'm sure there were a few videotapes, but they weren't accessible. So you saying that you learned on YouTube means that we from two different generations. But that's dope though, so go ahead, tell me more.
So watching YouTube videos, I would just go over mad videos. There was mad videos online. The main one that caught my attention the most was Jay the Barber. He was the howtobecomeabarber.com. So he was the one that was doing step-by-steps with the masters. So my first pair of the real clippers was the masters. So I was watching his videos all day. Then I started getting in tune with Al Millions, and he had the howtobecomeabarber.com, which is AdMam. From that platform was us signing on to a subscription, and then he was giving more videos, and then we could go back and forth we had the weekly conference call where barbers from everywhere was talking. So it was me getting more in tune with it and learning more as far as what videos to watch, where I could learn these techniques, what techniques the other barbers was doing. Because I was watching everything, so I was getting confused with how to fade up, how to fade down.
That's very important. When my suggestion to young budding barbers out there is, don't have multiple teachers. Mm-hmm. Have one teacher, do everything his way, master it, and then you veer off and start your own style or learn something from different people.
Yeah.
You know, that's always my suggestion, because it can become confusing when different barbers have different approaches and techniques, and you might get those formulas mixed up if you're looking at many different people.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Al Millions. Shout out to Al's Millions.
That's right, my man.
You were actually down with Admin when I met you, I think. You know, when we really started kicking it, you was part of that. And I remember you being a loyal soldier to that movement. So tell me about how you got down and what that did for you, your career as a barber.
All right, so as far as me getting down with Al and Admin, it was more of me seeing what he was doing that was different, right? Because I never saw a platform where somebody was teaching as he was. He would bring people in tune. He was giving people opportunities that I really didn't see nowhere else. So me just learning from his technique, because I felt like his technique was one of the best as far as his customer service skills. He was teaching barbers how to market themselves, how to get the clientele, how to do deals to bring people and put them in a chair, which I still see barbers now not even taking those techniques. You know what I'm saying? So me learning that early on really helped me build my clientele now. Watching those videos, and then from me just going to speak to him in the conference calls to actually meeting him, right? Because he came to New York. He was cutting in New York for a while when he was in transition. And he came and he did his first interview with me, and that was like humbling, you know what I'm saying? Right. But me and him was able to chop it up and really break bread as far as what he wanted to do and what I wanted to do. Right.
So, like another suggestion is there's a difference between haircutters and barbers. And some people are on YouTube or searching social media just to learn how to do haircuts. But there's 50% of haircutting, and the other 50% is being a professional and customer service and those other elements that really make you a barber. Understand, you're in a service business. All you young barbers out there, you're in a service business, which means servitude. It doesn't mean anything, negative. You're in a business of service. If you're a waiter or waitress, you're in the business of service. If you're a bartender, you're in the business of service. If you're a doctor, you're in the business of providing a service. So understand that. What comes to your mind when you think of service? It means you're doing something to please someone else or to help someone else. So barbers, understand that. It's not all about the haircuts, because the best barber doesn't make the most money all the time.
It's a fact.
Well, the best hair cutter doesn't make the most money all the time. The best barber makes the most money, right? So how long were you rocking with Al's Millions, and what happened from there?
I want to say I'm still rocking with Al, even though he's still doing his own thing. I always still rep admin. I still got my core people that I always reach out to. He's not doing the admin per se, because he got his own branding now. But we still kick it. He still let me know about all the contacts as far as the products and how I can get it wholesaler and stuff like that. So we still gonna be one. He's doing his own thing, and me, I'm trying to flourish and grow with my TDB media. So that's what I'm focusing on more.
Okay, we're gonna get to that too. So tell me about where you are in regards to what shop you're in.
Okay.
And how long you've been there, and what does it mean to you? How did you get there, and where is it located, and how have you built your business from there? Okay,
so my shop is Rockheads Barber Shop in South Jamaica, Queens, if you want to say South Ozone. 14118 Rockaway Boulevard, you know what I'm saying?
That's in Queens, New York.
Queens, New York.
For those that might not know, let's clarify.
Right. Queens. So the owner's Cal. He gave me a shot He gave me a shot maybe like 6 years ago. I was getting my hair cut by one of the barbers in there. Nobody knew I was a barber. I was working across town, but I was getting my hair cut there because it was right by my house. So I was getting my hair cut there, and then gradually I would start talking more and more to the dude that was cutting my hair, and his name is Ari. He got a shop that's not too far. So, and he's still cutting my hair now. So I would gradually tell him, you know what I'm saying, like I'm cutting, I'm learning, blah, 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 because I was still fresh. I was still zeking niggas in the shop, still not getting no customers. I was still just learning. So I was in the shop as a barber's apprentice, but I was still learning. So eventually the shop that I was at, it just wasn't working. I mean, it's in the heart of the hood. There's too much crime. There's too much shootings. And what I catered to the most was kids. So if I'm catering to kids and there's no parents bringing the kids, I wasn't making no money.
Right.
But I still got to pay that rent. Right. Because it wasn't even me doing the 50-50 split. It was straight rent. Mm-hmm. So I was talking to the guy. I was telling him, yo, man, like the shop ain't working. I left that shop and went to another shop. Now that shop, I was rocking there for 1 weekend. Like I took all my stuff from the old shop. I told him, yo, this ain't gonna work. Took it to the new shop. Homie said, yo, I'm gonna give you a shot. The weekend, he said, yo, whatever you make, you could keep.
Right.
So I made good money. I made like $300 in like 2 days.
As an intro, he said you could keep it.
Keep it.
Right.
But he thought because I was working a part-time job somewhere else and then doing that on the side that I wasn't gonna be able to pay the booth rent. So the next week he was like, yo, I'm gonna try out 2 new barbers, blah, blah, blah. He gave them spots to the 2 new barbers. So now I have a shop. I went back to my old shop. Then now that wasn't working. I'm like, damn, I don't really wanna be here. So then I go and I'm talking to the guy at Rockheads, like, yo, I'm trying to find a shop. He said, yo, just come here.
Right.
I said, but y'all ain't got no chairs open. He said, yo, you could work in my chair. If I ain't got a customer and you could get a customer, then we can go back and forth. The same day I started working, one of the barbers got fired. So I got the first chair.
Wow. I mean, that's how things are. Sometimes they're divinely placed, you know, things just work out for people. You hear that all the time, like certain things are meant to happen, you know what I mean? And just tell me, what's the differences to where you are? What are the reasons you stayed for 6 years where you are now in reference to the shops that you left?
Okay, so the shop that's different where I'm at is a traffic is one. We right on Rockaway Boulevard. We got the famous fish house, which everybody come to get their fried fish and their food, right? Then we got the liquor store right next door. Then we got the bus stop. So it's like prime real estate
location
to be able to get customers. So from the jump, I knew that there was going to be traffic because I was going there. So I would see it. And the barbers there, from the beginning, there was never no hate. Like they was teaching me, you know what I'm saying, because I was still new again. And most shops, those barbers would feel threatened. Like, yo, we got a new dude up in here. He gonna be taking the money out of our pockets. We ain't gonna really rock with him. But they was open to me, like, yo, teaching me how to fade, how to get my line better. And then me doing what I was doing on the side as far as still watching my videos and still going to hair shows and stuff like that, I was just getting better and better. So I could only get better with time with being around them. Like the guy that's next to me, he used shears. So I'm watching him. Then he do a lot of clip over comb, which most barbers wasn't doing. So now I'm watching him. Then I got another barber that's doing razor. So we was good.
I could dig it. And I can't understand still in this day and age that barbers show negative energy toward a new barber. You know, like thinking that they're going to take their customers. First of all, most clients are loyal. People don't go to you because you're the best barber. People go to you because they have a relationship and a rapport with you.
Yes.
And so they're not so quick to just jump in somebody else's chair, especially if you take care of your people. Now, if you're not taking care of your people, and I don't mean with the best haircut, I mean with the best service, then yeah, they're going to look elsewhere, just like anything else in life. So, and it is crazy that, you know, like, my thing is, if a new barber comes into a shop, he should get all the walk-ins, especially if it's guys that have been there for years.
Because they should have the clientele already.
Right. So if you still fighting for walk-ins and you've been in the shop for 2 or 3 years, you're doing something wrong. And you can't fault the new guy coming in. You know what I'm saying? So tell me now, you know, the state of the barber game, in your opinion, now that you have your platform and you've been hitting the circuit for the last at least 5 years strong? Just tell me what you've seen and how's it changing with social media and all that. I like to get your input on the game, the state of the barber game right now.
Okay, so here's my thing, right? Because I got a big issue with the way that the barbering thing's going, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna start with the celebrity barber, right? First, it was the barber that was cutting celebrities. Yes. That's what we was going by, right? People that's cutting somebody that's famous, so you are a celebrity barber.
Right.
Now we going with the barbers. That's the celebrity. They got their own fans, right? People are following their pages. They want to be where they be at.
Right.
Because they got this persona about them like they somebody that made it. And my thing is, these is dudes that's still in the shop. They still got to get money from a customer to provide for their family, right? And there's so many people that just hooked on it. Like, there's too many egos when it comes to these barbers. I go to a lot of hair shows because that's what I love. I like to touch the palms with other people. People I see online, we all human. So I want to interact with people. And I just feel like there's so many people that it's just different. Like social media make it so that people are more than what they really are.
Yeah.
And it's
fantasy.
It's definitely smoke and mirrors, right?
Yeah.
So social media got this whole thing messed up. I love going to the hair shows because I get to see the new products, I get to see the new techniques, I get to see the new up and coming barber. Now, before, you wasn't seeing that because there was nothing like that. I mean, there was hair shows really catering to the females, right? Now we got the barber battles, we got barber expos everywhere, so we get to see more. But even when you get to go to these hair shows and these expos, the barbers is making it seem like you can't really interact.
Really? That's how you find it.
Yeah.
Like they acting bougie, like they
bougie,
celebrities.
bad and bougie, man.
Oh.
Not all of them. There's
right.
there's a lot that really do it. That's educators, like for Anderson Wall, and they still humbling dudes that really like they gonna put you on. But there's a lot of people that I feel like try to be standoffish and just do what they do and just pack their bags and just go to the next state.
Well, tell me which shows you like maybe and for what reason.
Now, the show that I like now, I mean, I like what Jay Majors is doing as far as the CT Barber Expo.
Shout out to Jay Major.
Jay, yeah, that's definitely my man. There's always room for improvement. Now, I feel like there's too much. There's too much going on.
Too many barber battles and hair shows, barber shows.
Not even that. I mean, there's definitely too many expos. There's too many people doing it. Like, of course, there's space for everybody to do their own thing. I mean, we got 50 states, and you can't be everywhere. But it's just it's so much going on, especially when I go to an expo. You got the barber battle going on, but then you're walking around trying to buy products, and you got people cutting hair in their own little booths. And of course, I mean, this is a one-day event sometimes it's 3-day events, but there's so much going on that you may miss the important things. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to catch everything.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And sometimes there's education there, and you miss it because you're distracted with so many vendors and things going on that you'd be like, oh snap, I missed that class that I really wanted to check this educator out. You know, like at the last event I was at, it was the BarberCon. You know, I wanted to see Tariq Jackson. But there was so much going on, and they didn't announce on the mic like, yo, Tariq is teaching this class now. And the room was off on the side that I missed him. And yeah, you know, like, I think that there's so many people doing so many things, but I just think there's no new creativity. It's like everybody's doing the same thing, the same categories, and the whole same setup. You know, and that's kind of why I fell back for a while, because I'm just when you live, then you have something to express. So I was just giving myself time to live, and but being that somebody's so creative and it's hard to like impress me with something, I'm just waiting to get the juices together and the idea together to come out with something original. You know what I mean? Something original, to bring something new to the game. You know what I mean? So
how about this though? When it comes to these expos, the main thing is to get the word out there that there's something going on, right?
Right.
And when you was doing a barber battle, you guys was going around, y'all was doing videos, y'all was hyping it up, y'all was bringing it like him's going to battle, it's going to be something crazy.
Right.
And I got to go back to those old videos now because that's not there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like that's one thing that's being missed.
Right.
Is that there's no buildup. It's just this is going down.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. And beside there not being any buildup, there's no coverage. Like when I did my barber battles, dudes came out of there famous and had no name before it, and now they have a name.
That's a fact.
Like you knew who won what category, and I gave them a small platform. These days, there's barber battles going on, but there's no coverage. Like you don't know who won. There's no what's that thing that they do before the fights on HBO. What's it called?
Like a weigh-in?
No, not the weigh-in. Like the build-up, the videos where you always see Floyd Mayweather and
in the gym and all of that.
What's that called again? Yeah, but that type of thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. You're right. There's no build-up. I had people actually wanting to see who the winner would be, and also know who was entering the competition. So that's part of my originality. You know what I mean? To bring you something, and it's supposed to be entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So I added the music aspect, the category aspect. So that's cool. And you're gonna see Zo Mega Millions back again. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait. I've been telling you. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Yeah,
for sure. So what you got coming up on your calendar?
Okay, so we got the Concrete Jungle battle that's coming up. That's gonna be in New York.
I'll be there.
Then we got the Vegas Expo. That's coming up.
I'll be there too.
Same time, and that's like back to back.
Right.
Other than that, I'm really focusing on other things, not as far as the barbering aspect. They got a sex expo going on in Brooklyn coming up this Saturday. So I'm definitely gonna go to that.
Now, how are you tying that into your platform? Is that tied into your platform? Or is that personal?
No. I will definitely personal. I want to check that out a little bit. But I'm just seeing what else is out there as far as beauty, health, education. I don't want to be stuck into one box as me just going around just doing barber shows and barber events.
Right.
Cause I like everything. Like when I'm on YouTube, I'm watching how to make jewelry. I'm how to ride motorcycles. So I'm not just going to be stuck. My thing is more of a lifestyle than just being in hair cutting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see you pulled up on a motorcycle. I didn't even know that you rode motorcycles, and that was surprising. I didn't know. You know, like
I just started riding on maybe like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Did you fall yet?
Fell already. Bust my shit all open. Yeah. But you know what's so funny was me and my wife went to Miami and we got on a moped for the first time. I was like, yo, this is fun. I can feel the wind in my hair and all that. So then we came back to New York. I'm like, yo, I'm a buy me a moped. I bought me a moped for like $600.
Right.
And
did you was the electric moped?
No, I thought the gas one.
Okay.
It was like $3 a week for the tank. It was good money. It was saving me money. Insurance was cheap.
Right.
And I'm riding around going back and forth to work. And I was like, you know what? It's time to upgrade. I bought me a Ninja 300, which is something small for a dude my size. But I was like, I'm not just going to jump into it and try to kill myself. I got to learn the mechanics of the bike.
Right.
Then I got my motorcycle license because I always like to do things right.
Right.
I got the permit, then I got the license. I took the class, and they told me how to protect myself and how to dodge through things and stuff like that. So I feel safer.
And now what you ride?
Right. Now I got a Yamaha R6. That's a 600.
Right.
Big boy. That's 2017. So I had to get it brand new.
I could dig it.
You know, it's nice. It's nice.
Barbering pays well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I saw you on Instagram. You know, you're a funny guy on Instagram. You just the thing I like about you, I think, is that you're very honest on your feed on Instagram.
Okay.
Like the things you do, you dancing, you singing, you bugging out. I think, people, instead of people posing that everything is great and everything is perfect, you'll just be in your house with your T-shirt and like, yo, I just got my barber license. Like
That's a fact. I was
can
mad
dig
happy,
it, man. I like to see that, man. And how'd you feel when you got that license?
It felt good, man. And like, a long time coming, me doing the apprenticeship thing, and I felt like that was one thing that I was missing. I got my driver's license, no problem. I got my motorcycle license, marriage license. And so I was like, yo, the next license got to be a barber license. There's no reason to be playing around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that barbers shouldn't take for granted that, one, it's extremely easy to get a license in New York, being that it's only 515 hours of school or 2 years as an apprentice.
Yeah.
And the test is very simple. It's a cut, a shampoo, a shave, and a facial. I mean, based on what people have to do in other states, 9 months of school, they got roller sets and all this other stuff. Like, you should rush to get your license. There's no reason for a barber to be cutting 10 years, 20 years in New York City and they don't have a license. So barbers, step your game up and get your name up, man. Get your license. You know what I mean? So in closing, anything you want to say, or is there anyone that you would like to see here on Barber World TV, the podcast? So
many people, man. Like, I want to see my man Showtime on here because I know you're going to bring mad energy to it.
Energy, yeah.
You already had Denny Mo on there. It's perfect. You know who Alex Campbell, like, what happened to my man?
He actually has some videos on the man unit that he's kind of like getting back in the game. Yeah, he's putting it on himself and all kind of crazy stuff. He got a little clip with someone riding in the car and the unit falling off. So, Alex Campbell. I'll definitely keep him in mind and reach out to him. Or if you got his contacts, to see if he'll come on the show.
Yeah, that'd be something great. Because he's one of the pioneers of YouTube.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the pioneers of social media barbering. He definitely is. He was out there early.
In the car, sitting there talking.
Yeah. So tell people how they can reach you, how they can find you.
All right. So it's Terah the Barber 1, everything. TerahDA Barber. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. Snapchat ain't Terah the Barber. That's really something different. That's personal. So, I mean, if you want to follow me, my shit is tickle my balls. It's crazy. So that's why I didn't want to say it.
Man.
But I do a lot of traveling, so I do my travel videos on there. Instagram's Terah the Barber. Yeah, you can follow me there, man. All
right, man. Well, thank you for coming. You know
Appreciate
what I mean?
Appreciate it.
Y'all watching Barber World TV.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 Cut Commandments. What?